You want to know about a man? Examine his allegiance. What's happening, YouTube? My name is Immortal Coil, and tonight we are talking about the current state of Star Wars. I recently got off the phone with my good friend Eli from FANSTRIKE. In case you don't know, FANSTRIKE is a channel that goes through pop culture, current trends, things that they are very well interested in, and assigns strikes and likes depending on the content of the quality of the content. We did a collab video back in November. It's going to be linked right there. And we have plans to collab in the future, but there's 4 different guys in this group collective, and they have dispersed diaspora. Eli and his brother Isaiah live in Tennessee, and they're the ones that I talk to mostly. I've spoken with Levi, and then Josiah and I had a really good discussion a couple weeks ago. Anyway, Eli and I were discussing the current state of Star Wars, and what we determined. Disney Lucasfilm is wrapping up the sequel trilogy, okay? Episode 9 is coming out this year. It's imminent. Whether or not that's going to be good, we'll figure it out. But the fandom menace has spoken. And we've determined what we're willing to entertain as entertainment. And we have determined what we will rebel against, should our wishes go unnoticed. And that's not in a threatening manner. The only thing that's at stake is whether or not Disney gets paid. Now, towards that end, I predict that Disney Lucasfilm is going to put more emphasis on the original trilogy and on the prequel trilogy going forward. Now, how have I made that determination? Well, the Phantom Menace is turning 20 this year in May. Okay, there's going to be a lot of impetus to get nostalgic and wax lyrical about the origins of Anakin, and does Boonta Eve really mean anything, and is Jar Jar a Sith? You know, we'll figure that out. And I actually plan on doing a review for this. My little girl is about to turn 6, and I'm really noticing a shift in her mental faculties. We had a really good discussion about this the other night, where she was actually saying some pretty insightful things as a young person watching Star Wars for the first time. And it's like one of those things like, okay, Disney, Lucasfilm, I know that you engage in market strategy, but do you really have somebody who's willing to put it as well on the table as somebody who looks like this, but better looking? I think you do. And I think you'll see that. Now, here's why I believe that, is because Star Wars started up that channel called Star Wars Kids. And its sole purpose is to introduce the original trilogy and somehow integrate the continuing saga into something that would be palatable for children without necessarily having to mention Lando Calrissian's sexual preferences. And furthermore, I really believe that Lucasfilm is coming to realize that the sequels aren't shit. That
business on Kate and Amoidia doesn't count.
And in saying so, I think that culturally we are getting a major piece of validation that, look, there might be some racists, some homophobes, some vile pieces of shit who didn't enjoy these films because of the reasons that have been espoused, but over half of the majority of people who have valid criticisms regarding the sequel franchise have only just begun to be recognized as having a voice. And they're represented by people like you and people like me. My name is Immortal Coil. Like, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know what you want to see covered on future editions of Savage Spirituality. Share the video if you find it pertinent to your situation or interesting enough for your friends to go, And remember, like a crown of thorns, it's all who you know. And I stand next to titans.